Have you or know any of your friends who went through postpartum issues like depression or health problems? For some women, postpartum can be very serious if not treated. Hello, I'm Moon. Today, I'll be joined by Ayurveda specialist Jenny An, who will talk about how to use Ayurveda, the Indian practice of holistic medicine and healthy living, to help treat your postpartum issues. Dedicating a whole website just on Ayurveda and postpartum. So why is there such a big demand to treat postpartum with Ayurveda?
Well, Ayurveda is based on the 5 elements of nature and also the doshas.
So what are the 5 elements?
The 5 elements are air, water, earth, fire, and ether.
Okay. And then what are doshas?
The doshas are comprised of these elements. So Vata dosha is comprised of air and ether. The Kapha dosha is comprised of water and earth. And Pitta dosha is comprised of fire and water.
Okay.
And during the postpartum period, Vata dosha is increased. Mothers experience an increase of this air and ether element in their whole physiology.
Right, okay. So the Vata dosha, not the other doshas.
Yes, Vata dosha is increased.
So what within Vata is specifically happening in the woman's body?
Okay, so for example, during this time, a mother has gone through a huge transformation.
Right.
She has eliminated this baby from her body.
Right.
And so the mother is going through not only a time of detoxification, but also she needs a lot of rejuvenation in this time.
Okay, so there's certain things that we could do to rejuvenate that body. And what is it, increase the Vata or decrease the Vata?
We want to now decrease Vata.
Okay, decrease the Vata, right. Okay, so what are the things that we can do to, for instance, food maybe?
So food-wise, regarding her diet, we would want to implement Vata-reducing foods and tastes.
Okay.
Those tastes would be sweet, salty, and sour.
Okay, so what are some of the examples of foods for sweet and salt and sour, you said?
So some of the foods that we want to implement, I'm not talking about sugar, because when you think of sweet taste, a lot of us think of like, let's go get some sugar or sweet things.
Right.
There are a lot of foods that have the sweet taste, such as grains, whole grains.
Right.
Certain fruits are sweeter than others. Even certain types of sugars are sweeter than others.
Okay, so grains and you said certain types of fruits? Okay.
Even certain vegetables, like root vegetables, are definitely more sweeter, more grounding.
Okay, which root vegetables? Which vegetables?
So some of the vegetables that I would recommend are yams, zucchinis, asparagus, what else? Apples, pears.
Okay. And what specific grains, like for instance, was it brown rice versus white rice?
White rice, because it is easier to digest. You have to remember that mom's digestion is also very sensitive during this period.
Right.
And so we want to give her grounding, nourishing, well-cooked foods. But at the same time, you want the food to be very well cooked and also light at the same time.
Okay, so foods is one way to decrease that Vata. So what is the next way that we could decrease it?
Herbs are great for supporting moms.
Herbs, okay, so what types of herbs?
So I would recommend a great tea to support lactation and hydration is a mix of fennel and fenugreek tea.
Okay, fennel and fenugreek tea.
Fennel and fenugreek tea.
What's fenugreek tea? That sounds so fancy and sophisticated. I'm not that sophisticated, Jenny. You've got to explain that to me. So fenugreek.
Fenugreek, also great for supporting lactation and also great for digestion as well, supporting digestion.
Okay, so those are the only 2 herbs?
There's also a great Ayurvedic herb. It's called dashmula, and it's
What is it made out of?
made of 10 different root herbs. And it's also great for supporting mothers and healing around the pelvic region or the abdominal region. Helps with elimination and really just restoring all her bodily functions.
So any physical activity that we could do?
To be honest, I recommend that moms during this period rest more. Like they want to get up and they want to do the laundry and they think that their bodies they can just bounce back, but they don't realize that the next 42 days of the postpartum period is going to be reflective of the next 42 years of their life,
so
essentially.
Absolutely no yoga.
Yoga, maybe light stretching after the 3-week period, but I would recommend really just resting.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about massages?
So the massage is a really great way for mothers to receive that, because they want to exercise and they want to move. They want to move and get circulation in their body. And so one of the best ways to do that is to receive a massage, or they can do a daily massage at home.
So we talked about food, we talked about herbs, and we talked about massage. Anything else, like for the spiritual, emotional side?
Well, I want to talk about belly wrapping because I think that's
Yes.
essential for postpartum
Okay.
care.
So next you're going to demonstrate belly
Yes.
wrapping? Okay. So Jenny, I see you brought some cloth. How are you going to use this to wrap it around your belly?
Well, belly wrapping is used in many cultures, such as India. I know they use it in Asia, in certain parts of Asia. And it's great for toning the abdomen postpartum. And moms feel really secure because they've had their baby and things feel kind of loose. And so it helps to just keep everything nice and tucked. And also it helps to tone the abdominal muscles and the organs into the original position.
Okay, so it helps to replace it all back in its original position. Okay, that's really great.
Yeah.
So how are you going to wrap it?
So basically I'm going to take this cloth and I'm going to take one end around my shoulder like that. I'm going to keep this one here. And this is pretty long. This is about maybe 5 to 6 feet long. So it's pretty long. I'm going to drop this to the floor. I'm going to take this end, I'm going to wrap it around. So you're going to start at the top of your rib, the bottom of your last rib.
Okay.
And you're going to wrap it around.
Okay.
And you're going to take this top part, this one always stays here, and you're going to take it under, and you're just going to pull it like that. Okay, and this
Oh, I
one goes
see.
back here.
I see.
All right, then I'm going to take this, I'm going to do the same thing. So you're just basically doing the same thing. You're going to open it up a little bit, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tuck under and pull, so it secures it.
I see.
Okay, from there I'm going to take this again, I'm going to wrap. Pretty tight. You don't want it loose, you want it pretty tight. Okay, as tight as you can, and then once again, and then you're going to take this fabric here.
I see. So it's a repetitive kind
Yes,
of
yeah.
Okay.
And you're going to do your whole abdomen. All the way to the very base,
Okay.
top of your pubic bone. So you're going to take this, and you're going to do the same thing.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. You
So
can do it all the way to the very bottom
okay,
here.
so what I see, what is wonderful about this is that mothers could do it on themselves. They don't need anybody.
No.
Yeah.
And it takes less than 5 minutes,
Right.
maybe 2 minutes.
Right. Any type of recommended cloths that you want to?
I like what I found working with mothers, they like something that's breathable because I do recommend using this when you're sleeping as well for that 6-week period. And so if it's really hot outside, it's nice to have something that, it's not polyester or something.
Cotton or
Yeah.
linen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All natural fabrics.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. So these are wonderful tips on how you could treat your postpartum issues with Ayurveda. And new moms really need this care. Jenny is dedicating a whole new website just on Ayurveda and postpartum, but in the meantime, you could visit her current website, awakeningyogi.com, to get more information about Ayurveda. Thanks for joining us. For all of my Asian living tips, visit my website at yinayangliving.com. Thank you.
고맙습니다.